means normally what are the elements are there? For all the elements, they are the sum of the properties are there. How they will be varying from in the properties like groups and periods. Means when mostly explain the periodic table, even he has explained some of the properties of the elements. In the first property was explained about the valence. He has explained about the valence. What do you mean the valence? Exactly, already in the 9th class we learned something. Definition of valence is the number of electrons present in the outermost shell. Number of electrons present in the outermost shell is called as valency. Exactly, it is not the definition for the valency. Valence definition is combining capacity. Combining capacity. Combining capacity of an atom. Combining capacity of an atom. And here what do you mean by the combining capacity means each and every electron, each and every atom, what happen, it will be having some combining capacity. They cannot combine with all the atoms at a time. For example, sodium is there. It is consisting of only one electron over here. One electron will be there. Only one electron will be present in the sodium. Means extra electron will be present. Chlorine will be needs one electron. Chlorine needs the electron. Based upon the valence, we are trying to decide that its combining capacity. Based upon the valence, it will be whether it will get combined or not. Means for example, sodium is there, it requires only one electron. That's why chlorine easily get combined and it is trying to form as a NaCl. In the same way, for example, if I take magnesium, magnesium will be having a +2. It requires two atoms. It requires two atoms. Two extra atoms are there. Two extra atoms will try to combine with the two empty spaces over here. Means compulsory I need to take two chlorines over here. Not one chlorine, I should take two chlorines. Otherwise you can take oxygen. Oxygen also will be empty with the two electrons. It will be. Means here combining capacity of an atom can be decided based upon the valence. Combining capacity of an atom can be decided based upon the valence. Now I want to write the valency of the sum of the elements. How can you write the valency of the elements? For example, see here, already I said you number of electrons present in outermost shell. For example, hydrogen is there. How many electrons are present? Electronic configuration is 1s1. How many electrons are present? Only one electron present. Valency will be 1. Coming to the helium, electronic configuration is 1s2. Means it is completely filled state. Its electronic configuration will be, its valency will be 0. Next coming to the lithium, electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s1. Outermost shell is the 2s. In how many electrons are there? 1. The valency will be 1. Next beryllium, electronic configuration is 2s2, outermost. How many electrons are present? 2. The valence is 2. Next coming to the boron, 2s2, 2p1. 2s2, 2p1. It is the second shell. 2s, 2 and 2p are the second shell. In the second shell, how many electrons are there? 2 plus 1, 3 electrons are there. Valence is 3. Next coming to the carbon, 2s2, 2p2. How many electrons are there?
4.
4. The valence is 4. Next coming to the nitrogen, 2s2, 2p3. 3. If I add it, what will be the number?
5.
See, what we are doing means whenever the number is getting increased, means total number of outermost shell, octet rule will be there. How many electrons will be present in a complete outermost shell? It will be filled with the 8 electrons. If any number, whatever the number is there, if it is filled more than 4, if any number it is getting for more than 4, at that time what you need to do means you need to subtract that number with 8. From 8 you need to subtract that number. When you subtract that, what you are getting the result as a 3. Here the valency of nitrogen is how much? 3. Next coming to the oxygen, 2s2, 2p4. Here total how many electrons will be coming? 6 you will get. Means you need to do 8 minus 6, which is equal to 2. Here the valence is 2. Here the valence is 3. Next coming to the fluorine, 2s2, 2p5. 5 plus 2, 7. 8 minus 7 is 1. Next coming to the neon, electronic configuration 2s2, 2p6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. Here only you need to remember when writing the electronic valency of an element, you need, whenever the number is more than 4, the number crosses more than 4, From that, if whenever you get it 5, means that valency should be subtracted from 8. Then you will get an actual valency. What is the valency of that? 8, 3. Now, if you want to remember 1 to 20 elements, you can remember it easily. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Again, it will be next element is sodium. You will get it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Again, 0 will be your argon. 0 will be your argon. Means, you check it out your periodic table now. Backside you had a periodic table, I think so. If you check it out your periodic table, especially in a p block elements only, okay, last column is there, helium is there, last column, helium, okay, helium is there, neon is there, argon is there, krypton is there, xenon is there, radon is there. These all the elements are there. All the elements will be having the valency as 0. What will be the valency? 0. That's why that elements are called as zero group elements. What we are calling it as? Zero group elements. Okay, and almost all of them are the gases. That's why we call it as a inert gas. Otherwise, noble gases. We call it as a inert gas or a noble gas. Is it clear, ma? Okay, in the same way we had another property. Another property is your atomic radius. Atomic radius. What do you mean by radius? What do you mean by radius? In mathematics, you know the radius. That's in a circle from the center to the any point on the circle. From center to the any point on the circle, this is called as radius. Here, in the same way, I want to know the atomic radius of an atom. Whether it is hydrogen or any atom, I want to know the atomic radius. Already we know that center there will be the nucleus. We know that center there will be nucleus. Around that electrons are present. Around that electrons are present. The distance between, yeah, what is the definition for the atomic radius? Distance between nucleus to the outermost shell. Distance between nucleus to the outermost shell of an atom. Atom which is present in the outermost shell. Okay. Here if I take hydrogen, it will be present over here only. If I take lithium, here it will be present. If I take a neon also, it will be present over here only. Neon also it will be present. If I take sodium, again it will be present on the third shell. Means the atom which is present in the outermost shell. Atom which is present, distance between the nucleus to the atom which is present in the outermost shell in a gaseous state is called as atomic radius. Is called as atomic radius. Now definition is clear, I think so. The distance between, the normally distance between center to the any point on the circle is called as radius. Here also what we want to know the definition based upon the atomic radius. Atom, here the center is the nucleus. Center is the nucleus. What are the atom which is present in the outermost shell? We don't have one circle, something like many circuits are there. The distance between nucleus to the any point, anywhere atom where present on the outermost shell is called as atomic radius. Is called as atomic radius. Now, already yesterday I said you in a class, last class I said you about the metals and non-metals. I said you that there nearly about 75% are the metals only present. For a metal, what happens? There the atoms will be there. The radius between nucleus to the any metal which is present in the outermost shell. Such type of metals radius we are calling it as a metallic radius. We call it as a metallic radius. We call it as a metallic radius. Means that even a metals are present for that metals. In the same way, we had a covalent compound. Something like O2 is there. Something like Cl2 is there. F2 is there. These are the compounds are there. They whenever they come, this oxygen, one oxygen and another oxygen is there. Okay. Here whatever the complete two distances I am taking, total distance I am taking, for this total distance between the two nucleus, half of the distance of the two nucleus if I take, that distance will be taken as your covalent radius. We are taking it as a covalent radius. Means two nucleuses. Two oxygens are there. This is the one oxygen. It is here another oxygen. The total distance after calculating the total distance, this we are calling it as the covalent distance. You can take it. The bond distance between covalent bond distance it is. Okay. This covalent bond, if you are taking half of the distance of that distance we are calling it as a covalent radius. We are taking it as a covalent radius. Now we will see the variations now. Okay, we will be trying to know the variations, how it will be behaves in a periods and how it will be behaves in a group. What atomic radius. So now you can see, I will say you. In a periods, just see the electronic configuration. 1s1 will be there in a period sampling. Okay, second period 2s1, 3s1, 4s1, 5s1, 6s1, 7s1. In a periods, it is gradually increasing, something like this. Means, for example, center there is a nucleus. If one shows you the first period, one shows you the first period, means it is a first circle. It is a first circle. 2 shows you the second period, second circle. Means it will, whatever the electron is there, it is present on the second circle. 3 shows you the third circle. 4 shows you the fourth circle. Okay. Me, as I am going from top to bottom in a periods, okay, in a groups, as I am going from top to bottom, it is a group only for you. As I am going from top to bottom in a groups, what is happening here? Your atomic radius means first element the atomic radius is here, this much one, less one. For second the atomic radius little bit increased. For third it is increased more, and fourth it is increased more. Fifth it will be increased. Means as I am going from top to bottom, in a groups, what is happening? Atomic radius is gradually increasing. Atomic radius is gradually increasing. Is it clear? Gradually it is getting increased. When it is coming to the groups, okay, when it is coming to the periods, in a period first element is 1s1, second element is 1s2. Means this is a nucleus. See, this is a first, this is a nucleus, this is a first orbital. Okay, hydrogen is present over here only. Hydrogen atom will be present over here. Helium atom will be present over here only. In a group, what are the atoms are there? They will be present in the same orbital. Same orbital. If you see it like this, if you are seeing like this, the distance between both of them should be same. In a group, the distance should be compulsory, it should be same. But exactly it is not happening something like this. What is happening here? It is consisting of only one electron, the size will be little bit smaller. Here how many electrons? The electron number is getting increased little bit, the size is getting increased. As the size is getting increased, the distance between the two atoms will be, nucleus to the atom will be get little bit decreases. It won't be same for this. That's why the hydrogen size will be more, whereas helium size will be very less. As I am going from left to right, what is happening? Atomic radius is gradually decreasing. As from the top to bottom, atomic radius is gradually increases. From left to right, atomic radius gradually decreases. Okay, is it clear ma about the atomic radius? Okay, in the same way, it is about the variation in a group sign period. There are some of the atoms are there ma for other atomic radius only, but important question which will be asked in the exam also. Okay, is there? It is the question is there in your textbook. You can check it out. My page number 139 only. Okay, which one in between sodium and sodium ion would have a more size? And why? He is asking over there. In both of them, which one will be having a more size? He is asking. Okay. See first, I am writing the electronic configuration of sodium. Sodium electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. Electronic configuration is 3s1. Next, coming to sodium Na+. When I am writing Na+, plus means one electron it is losing. It is losing its one electron. When it is losing its electron, its electronic configuration will be 1s1, 2s2, 2p6. Means 3s, whatever the one electron is there, it was lost. In both of them, whose size is more is same? Na or Na plus size is more. Here what happens whenever it is losing one electron? What happens? It will be shrinks. It will come completely near, something like it will become shrinks. When it is getting shrinks, means even it is jumping to the another orbital. Here what is happening? Its size is getting completely decreases. Here the size is getting, it will be present in the next orbit for you. It will comes to the another orbit over here. That's why what happens? Sodium Na plus, as it is losing its electron, its size will be get decreases. Yes. Means the size of the atom will be decreases. Na plus will be less than compared to atomic size. I am saying compared to the sodium, Na plus size will be decreases as it is losing one electron. In the same way, he is saying about a Cl and Cl minus. Cl, what is happening here? It's electronic of 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Okay. Cl minus what happened? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p6. As it is gaining one electron, the whatever the atom is there, it will be get increases. Due to that, Cl minus will be having a more size compared to the Cl. Is it clear, ma? It is about the atomic sizes. It is about the atomic size. Next, very important question, ma. For example, 10th class, you had an exam in, okay, in the final exam, 99.9999%. This question will appear in the exam. What is the topic next I am saying? That one. Okay. What is ionization energy? 99.99% I am saying. Why? Because one of the important questions you need to prepare compulsory. Okay. Till now, how many exams are finished? In almost all the exams, this question was covered. In almost all the exams, this question was covered. The topic name is here ionization energy. Ionization energy. See here, what is ionization energy? What is ionization energy? See, ionization energy is nothing but ion I am saying. Okay. Here losing of electrons are gaining, means here what is happening whenever any atom is there, compulsory either it will be try to lose the electrons, otherwise it will be gains the electron. Whenever it is losing the electron over here, it requires some energy. It requires some energy. For example, if I am taking one of the atom, it is ready to lose. For example, sodium is there. Just now we have talked about sodium. It is ready to lose an electron. Energy required to remove an electron. Energy required to remove an electron from the outermost shell. I am talking about the energy here. Okay. Energy required to remove an electron from the outermost shell. For example, if I am talking about a sodium only, I said you, here 2 electrons are there, 1, 2, here it will be the 8 electrons will be present. Eight electrons are present, and one more electron which is present here in a sodium. Total 11 electrons are present. In this 11 electron, if you want to remove this electron, compulsory it requires some energy. It requires some energy. Whatever that energy is required to remove that electron, energy required to remove an electron from the outermost shell is called as ionization energy. If you are trying to remove an electron, మీరు ఒక electron దాంట్లోకి తీయాలి for example, best example I will say you that there is a chain completely. Otherwise, if you are playing any game or anything else, see for example, you should keep your hand and you try to catch and you need to pull it out compulsory. For example, you have a group of friends, you have completely circled and covered some of the friends inside. You want to take them one of the friends from inside there. Means you need energy compulsory. Yes or no? You need energy to pull that person out. Yes or no? Which person will be pulled easily for you? Who will be present at the nearest for you? That person only you will be trying to. If you are trying to pull inside, it won't come for you. If you are trying to pull inside, you require more energy over there. If who is outside nearer to you, you can pull it easily. Here to pull that also we need some energy. That energy only I am saying it as a ionization energy. Here outside, whoever is standing, that person you are trying to pull it. Okay, no one is ready to come. ఓకే, ఏదో ఒకటి లాభం ఉంటేనే వాడు వస్తాడు, లేకపోతే రాడు. నీకు ఇది ఇస్తాను, నువ్వు ఆశ చూపెట్టాలి. ఓకే, హియర్ ఆల్సో you are showing him some of the interest, you can say that. Other you are applying some energy and you are trying to pull it. That energy only I am calling it as a ionization energy. Okay, see when I am trying to pull a electron, one electron I am trying to pull it is getting it as a positive ion charge on it, and one electron is lost. It lost one electron. See, even though what you are doing, first you have removed one electron, already you lost some energy. If you are trying to remove one more electron, for example, means it required more energy. Means you are trying to pull one more electron from that, means it will become Ma plus 2. Okay, here whatever the energy lost, 2 electrons were lost. Whatever the energy, here I can say the ionization energy 1, here I can say it as ionization energy 2. Compared to in both ionization energy 1 and ionization energy 2, it will be having a greater energy compared to this. Why? Because it requires more energy, it requires very less energy. Here you will be applying a more energy to the pull the electron outside, you will be applying very less energy in this. You will be applying a less energy in this, you will be applying a more energy in 2. If you remove one more person, it will be having a more greater ionization energy. Like this, if you go on increasing the number, ionization energy also will get increases. Ionization energy also will get increases. First, remember the definition. What is the definition now? Okay, energy required to remove an electron from the outermost shell is called as ionization energy. In a gaseous state, you can say that. Next, okay, what are the on which the ionization energy is getting dependent? On which the ionization energy is getting dependent. First, on which it is depending is the nuclear charge. What it is depending? Nuclear charge. Okay, see here, each and every atom having a charge. Based upon the charge, it will be dependent. See, for example, Na is there and Cl is there. Sodium is there, Cl is there. See here, which is having a more ionization energy and which is having a less ionization energy. Here already I said you this is the 11th element. Sodium is ready to lose one electron over here. Okay, okay, and here chlorine, which is ready to gain one electron. Ready to gain one electron. Why? Because chlorine has 7 electrons. If we get one electron, it will become a stable. It will get if we get one electron, it will get stable. If we loses one electron, it will become a stable. In both of them, what happened? Here it is ready to lose the electron. That's why what happened? It will be having a very less ionization energy. It is not ready to lose an electron. It is not ready to lose the electron. That's why chlorine will be having the more ionization energy. Here sodium will be having a plus ion. Chlorine will be having a minus ion. It is ready to gain, not to lose. You are not removing electron here. You are trying to add an electron over here. Means that's why it will be having a more ionization energy. It will be having a less ionization energy. Means the plus will be having a less ionization energy. You can think minus will be having a more ionization energy based upon the nuclear charge. Second one is screening effect. Screening effect. Remember these words now. Screening effect. For example, what is the screening I am saying there? What you are doing whenever you are trying to remove an electron. For example, already you left this all this and you are trying to remove the electron from here. You are trying to remove an electron from this. Means whenever you are trying to remove an electron from inside that, means outside layers what they will do? They won't allow you to remove the electron from. They won't allow you to remove the electron. Means I said you already, if you want to remove an electron from inside outer, it requires more energy I said. Means what happened? Without removing these electrons, if you are trying to remove this electron from the inside that, they won't remove that electron and they will be acting this, whatever the orbitals are there, these orbitals are there, they will be acting as a screens and they will be acting as a shield. They will be acting as a shields. Okay? Shield is nothing but protecting themselves only, I think so. In Free Fire you are getting that shields only, I think so. Okay? Yeah? Antivirus and all the shields will be there protecting from something. Here also what is happening? This electron is getting protected from the things. Protected from the things means that's why we are calling this effect is called as a screening effect or a shield effect. Okay? We are calling it as a screening effect or a shield effect. Is it clear, ma? Next, penetration of orbitals. Free Fire అంటే ఈజీగా అర్థమైపోతుంది కదా, గర్ల్స్ కూడా ఆడుతున్నారు. ఓకే,
నాకు ఒకటి ఉంది నా దగ్గర.
Penetration of orbitals. Remember this, ma? Okay, simple. Okay, how the electrons are entering. Now you are writing the electronic configuration. First, whenever you are writing the electronic configuration, first you have filled the s orbital, you have filled the p orbital, then after you have filled d orbital, then after you are trying to fill f orbital. Okay, penetration of orbitals. Whenever you are writing electronic configuration, whenever the electron you are writing, you have wrote with the s, p, d and f. Whenever you are trying to remove an electron from the outermost shell, You are removing the electron only now. Whenever you are trying to remove an electron from the outermost shell, first you need to remove from the F, then after D, then P, then S. You can't remove directly. First you need to remove the electron from the F orbital, then after you need to remove from the D orbital, then P orbital, then S orbital. How the electrons are getting penetrating. In the same way, whenever you are trying to remove it, whenever they are removing, it should be removed in the same order. Is it clear, ma? This is about your penetration of orbitals. Next, coming to the fourth one is stable configuration. Stable configuration. Stable configuration, when we are saying, means, okay, for example, you can compare with nitrogen and oxygen. Okay, as you are going from left to right, ionization energy, what is happening means it is gradually increases. It is getting gradually increases. But when it is coming to the nitrogen and oxygen, you can check it out your periodic table. The right side he has given you the ionization energy in the table. See, in table, right side table is there. In the table you can check it out. As it is going from lithium, beryllium, you can see that column. Lithium is there, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon is there. If you see the nitrogen and oxygen, nitrogen ionization energy is more, oxygen ionization energy is less. Yes? See, nitrogen value is 1402 is there, oxygen value is 1313 is there. When before that what is happening, it is getting increased. Atomic rate, water ionization energy is gradually getting increased. But in that case, it is getting decreased, then after it is getting increased over there. Yes or no? Here what is happening? Here the whatever the configuration, see here, the configuration is that electronic 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Here configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. If I arrange this p orbital, here all the electrons are present in a half filled state. Here all the electrons are present. One extra electron is present. Here all the electrons are in a half filled state. That's why it is more stable. That is why it is more stable. That's why it is a more stable. That's why it is very difficult to remove an electron from the nitrogen. That's why it is very difficult to remove an electron from the nitrogen. That's why ionization energy is more for the nitrogen. It's the same way if you compare for the other elements also, the like that only. Half filled state, what are the elements are there? That's why when we wrote the electronic configuration of chromium, see here, chromium electronic configuration, when you wrote 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, okay, 4s1, 3d5 we wrote. We wrote it as a 4s1, 3d5. Why we wrote it as a 3d5? Because whenever it is in a half filled state, it is more stable. Whenever it is in a half filled state, it is a more stable. That's why electronic configuration of chromium will be get changed. Electronic configuration of chromium will be changed. In the same way, copper also will be changed. It will be written as 4s1, 3d10. Even a full filled state also it will be the more stable. Full filled state is the more stable and half filled state is also the more stable. And fifth one finally is your atomic radius. Atomic radius. More the atomic radius, as the atomic radius is getting increased, ionization energy will be get decreases. Atomic radius is getting increases, ionization energy will get decreases. I can say, see here, as you are going increases, from the outermost shell, electron should can be removed easily. Okay, as the atomic radius is getting increased, that's why I am saying that. I am saying you that as atomic radius is getting increased, ionization energy will get decreases. Is it clear? Now you can say that as we are going from top to bottom, in a top to bottom, atomic radius will be gradually, ionization energy will be gradually decreases. As you are going from left to right, atomic radius, ionization energy will be gradually increases. Is it clear, ma? It is about your ionization energy.